Hello friends, welcome back to our channel and we're back with another exciting video, and today we have to start the topic 4.1.2. So this is basically about the history of formulation of cell theory कि किस तरीके से जो cell theory है वो develop हुई है over time and how it started and सारी चीज़ें हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे इसके अंदर कि किस तरीके से cell theory develop हुई है history में. In the history of biology, ancient Greeks were the first who organized the data of the natural world. ठीक है, जो ancient Greeks थे इन्होंने अपने वर्ल्ड का नेचुरल डाटा को कलेक्ट करना या ऑर्गेनाइज करना शुरू कर दिया था. Aristotle presented the idea that all animals and plants are somehow related. Later, this idea gave rise to the questions like, is there a fundamental unit of structure shared by all organisms? But before microscopes were first used in 17th century, no one knew that certainly that living organisms did share a fundamental unit called cell. Cells were first described by British scientist Robert Hooke in 1665. He used his self-made light microscope to examine a thin slice of cork. Hooke observed a honeycomb of tiny empty compartments. He called compartments in a cork as a cellulae. His term has come to us as a cells. The first living cells were observed a few years later by Dutch naturalist Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He observed tiny organisms from pond water under his microscope and called them as animalcules. So you can see this is Robert Hooke, and he was a chemist, mathematician, and physicist. His remarkable engineering abilities enabled him to invent and improve many mechanical devices, including timepieces, quadrant, and the Georgian telescope. His observations about the sections of cork is also illustrated here. For another century and a half, the general importance of cell was not appreciated by biologists. In 1809, Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck proposed that nobody can have life if its parts are not cellular tissues and are not formed by cellular tissues. तो ये important line है कि इन्होंने कहा था कि कोई भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म या किसी के चीज़ में लाइफ नहीं हो सकती. इट कैन नॉट बी लिविंग if it do not have cellular tissues. In 1831, a British botanist Robert Brown discovered nucleus in the cell. In 1838, a German botanist Matthias Sheldon studied plant tissues and made the first statement of cell theory. He stated that all plants are aggregates of individual cells which are fully independent. 1 year later, in 1839, a German zoologist, Theodor Schwann, reported that all the animal tissues are also composed of individual cells. Thus, Sheldon and Schwann proposed cell theory in its initial form. In 1855, Rudolf Virchow, whatever the name pronunciation may be, a German physician, proposed an important extension of cell theory. He proposed that all living cells arise from pre-existing cells. In 1862, Louis Pasteur provided experimental proof of this data. Cell theory is regarded as one of the most fundamental knowledge in biology. It has wide-ranging effect in all fields of research. After the initial presentation of cell theory by Sheldon and Schwann, many details of the cell were studied and cell theory was extended. Cell theory in its modern form includes the following principles. All organisms are composed of one or more cells. Cells are the smallest living things, the basic unit of organization for all living organisms. Cells arise only by division in previously existing cells. So ये साइंटिस्ट है मिस्टर शेल्डन है, टी शॉन है, फिर आर विशो है. उसके बाद हम लोग देख लेते हैं सब सेलुलर और ए सेलुलर पार्टिकल्स को. According to the first principle of cell theory, all organisms are composed of one or more cells. Virus, prions, and virions are not composed of cells. Rather, they are subcellular or acellular particles. They do not run in any metabolism inside them. ठीक है, तो इनकी प्रॉपर्टीज आप देखते रहें साथ साथ. They show some characteristics of living organisms. Some characteristics, not all. They can increase in number and can transmit their characters to next generations. We know that such acellular particles are not classified in any of the 5 kingdoms. क्लियर है. तो ये यहाँ पर टाइमलाइन है और ये आप लोगों के लिए इजी है कि 1590 में क्या हुआ था, देन 1665 में किस तरीके से ये सारी एवोल्यूशन ऑफ सेल्स की थियोरी की यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है. सो हेयर कम्स एन एंड टू दिस टॉपिक। आई होप आप लोगों को आज का लेक्चर समझ में आ चुका होगा। थोड़ा सा बोरिंग था, आई नो, बट इंटरेस्टिंग था। अगर आप इसके की पॉइंट्स याद कर लें इस तरह जिस तरह एंड पे उसको टाइमलाइन की फॉर्म में किया हुआ है, या आप अपने भी किसी किस्म की नोट्स बनाना चाहते हो तो वो भी आप बना सकते हैं। उम्मीद है आपको आज का लेक्चर समझ में आया होगा। अगर आपको आज का लेक्चर समझ में आया तो वीडियो को लाइक कर दीजिएगा, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा। ऑल्सो प्रेस द बेल आइकन सो दैट यू रिसीव द फ्यूचर अपडेट्स जो भी हम लोग वीडियो अपलोड करने वाले हैं। अगर आपकी कोई क्वेरीज हैं, कोई क्वेश्चन है, यू कैन आस्क अस इन द कमेंट सेक्शन या फिर इन इनबॉक्स। Till then, keep supporting us, keep loving our channel, keep subscribing to our channel. Bye bye.